Dunedin barrister Anne Stevens is leading the call for the courthouse to reopen, and she joins us now to discuss the campaign. Good evening.
Good evening.
So tell us about the closure of the courthouse.
Well, after the Christchurch earthquake, they did a review, had engineers do a review of the courthouse and decided to partially close it. They had some concerns about the central tower having not been strengthened at base level. It had been strengthened above when there was a refurbishment in 2001.
Right, and what are the government's choices?
Well, we continued to use the courthouse from 2011 until May this year, and in May this year they decided that we would all have to move out of the courthouse and go into a temporary courthouse while they looked at what they call a business plan, which really boils down to whether they decide to spend the money on doing up the courthouse or not, strengthening it.
And how can a local task force make a difference?
Well, the Dunedin City Council agreed last week that they would form a task force. The goal of that task force is to bring central government to the view that this is an iconic building, it's built for purpose, and it's worth doing up regardless of cost.
Great, and who's involved in the task force?
The membership of the task force isn't decided. I mean, the mayor will be involved, and I think I'll be involved, hopefully, and there will be a number of different skill sets of people around the table, so engineers and leaders in the community and people with different viewpoints to bring as many ideas to the table as possible.
Great, and what do you plan to do?
Keep making as much noise as possible. I mean, we're not a big electoral base, but we're really good at making a volume down here, and it's all to do with being the squeaky wheel and just getting those in power to appreciate just how important our courthouse is. It's like our railway station or the University Registry Office. It's like critical to Dunedin's historic core, which brings people here from all over the world.
And so do more people or organisations need to come on board?
The more the better, because it just emphasises how important it is.
For sure. And is a temporary courthouse suitable?
Well, it's not. It's not purpose-built. It's a building that we're working in and we're making it work, but the more temporary it is, the better. A week could do me.
So why is a historic courthouse preferable?
Well, it was built for purpose, and it's a stunning building. It's got some of the history of some of the oldest and most important formative cases of New Zealand were heard back there, back in the 1900s.
And how would the courthouse's permanent closure affect the city?
I don't like the word permanent. We ain't doing permanent. So we're saying it's a temporary closure that we are going to hopefully see it reopen in the near future. How will it affect Dunedin? Well, an abandoned building wouldn't be the same. It just wouldn't have that same mana as one that's a working, functioning courthouse, administering justice. It's pretty important.
Sure is. Dunedin barrister Anne Stevens, thanks for your time.